Near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. How's it going, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions, and join me today. It is that time of the month. That's right. It is time for our monthly budget meeting. We get to talk about the upcoming collected editions for the month of January of 2025. So let's go ahead and get started. And welcome to your very first monthly budget meeting of 2025. We are going to be looking at all of the collected editions coming out the month of January. And as always, a big thank you to our patrons for making videos like this possible. Could not be doing this without you all. And if you want the written documentation, that can be found on our Patreon, and it starts at $1 a month with different tiers. We're also on Spreadshop, where you can get stickers and shirts and hats and cups, mugs, posters. I'm not sure what else is on there. But anyway, that is a great way to support the channel if you can do so. And a big thank you to my partner in crime, Domovex, for putting the list and images together, making my job so much easier. So 2025, man, that is crazy. We are getting... I think I started doing this in 2018, 2019, and I thought, man, if 300 people watch this video, I will keep doing it. So thank you all. Thank you all that kept watching and wanting this video to come back. So here we go. Smash that like button before we get started. We are looking at 4 weeks because I've already covered the last week of December and January 1st, if you want to go back to that video. But we are going to be looking at 4 different weeks in the month of January. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start with some Marvel Comics. Captain America, the Saga of Sam Wilson is coming out, and this is collecting Captain America 25, all new Captain America 1 through 6, Falcon 1 through 8, and Captain America number 0. So it does kick off with that era of Rick Remender, and you have artwork in here from Carlos Pacheco and then Sarah Pichelli. And it is the story of Sam Wilson. It's the Saga books. They're not quite as thick as the Epic collections because this one is 200 pages. It's $24.99. Guardians of the Galaxy, the Modern Era Epic Collection, War of Kings, collecting the last half of DNA's run on Guardians of the Galaxy, the Thanos Imperative Ignition, and the Thanos Imperative 1 through 6. This one has 488 pages and retails for $44.99. And if you've never read Guardians of the Galaxy by DNA, oh man, hold on to your butts. It's so good. Star Wars Legends, the Empire Omnibus Volume 3 is coming out that same week. And I haven't, maybe my overview of this has already come out. I can't remember if it has or not. Surely it has, right? Maybe. Well, if it hasn't, it is coming. But this is collecting the Dark Horse era of Star Wars, and it is Jabba the Hutt, the Guard Supoon hit, Jabba the Hutt, the Hunger Princess Nampi, and Jabba the Hutt, the Dynasty Trap. But it focuses mainly on the character of Boba Fett. You have the Jabba Hutt Betrayal, Free Comic Book Day 2012, Star Wars, Boba Fett, Enemy of the Empire, Star Wars Agent of the Empire, Iron Eclipse, Star Wars Agent of the Empire, Hard Targets. The Force Unleashed adaptations 1 and 2 are in here. Blood Ties 1 through 4, Blood Ties Boba Fett is Dead 1 through 4, and Star Wars Empire 1 through 4, material from Star Wars Tales 7, 11, 15 through 16, 18 through 20, A Decade of Dark Horse number 2. So this one has 1,056 pages and retails for $125. Symbiote Spider-Man 2099 is coming out. This one is actually not drawn by Greg Land. This is by Roge Antonio, but it is Peter David writing the story of the symbiote Spider-Man in a retro perspective. And I love these. This collects the 5-issue miniseries. This will also be part of the Omnibus edition. And we are getting the new printing of the New Avengers Omnibus. And I've done an overview of this one already. Yes, I have. Collecting Avengers 500 to 503, Avengers Finale, New Avengers 1 through 31, New Avengers Annual number 1, New Avengers Most Wanted Files, New Avengers Guest Starring the Fantastic Four. That's the, I think that was the military giveaway. Giant Size Spider-Woman number 1, New Avengers Illuminati one-shot, Civil War The Confession, and Civil War The Initiative. $125, $1,210. 8 pages. Wolverine Matterhorn Knights. So Chris Claremont coming to do a retro series again. And if you look at that cover by Philip Tan, you know this is a classic take on that 268, Uncanny 268, which is a masterpiece. But Edgar Salazar does the artwork in here. This collects Wolverine Matterhorn Knights 1 through 5. X-Men Decimation Omnibus. The Aftermath of House of M is now being collected in omnibus format. I know my video has already gone up on this one for sure too. Collecting House of M 8, Utopia X5, Decimation House of M the day after, X-Men 177 to 179, New X-Men 20 to 24, X-Factor 1 through 4, Generation M 1 through 5, Son of M 1 through 6, X-Men then 198 1 through 5, Sentinel Squad 1 1 through 5, New Avengers 16 through 20, X-Men Unlimited 13, and X-Men the 198 files. Oh my gosh, there are 3 Omnis from Marvel Comics coming out that week. Woo! From the world of DC Comics, we're getting the 2nd volume of Kelly Thompson's run on Birds of Prey, Worlds Without End, and this collects issues 7 through 13. Javier Pina is the artist on the book. The DC Finest, Aquaman, the King of Atlantis is coming out. They are just pumping these books out. Collecting 229 to 280 of Adventure Comics, so it's just pretty much material from that era. 282, 284, Action Comics 272, Detective Comics 293 to 300, World's Finest 125, Showcase 30 to 33, Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane number 12, and then finally Aquaman 1 through 3. 624 pages, $39.99. Those Dom of X has been doing a killer job doing overviews of those books. If you haven't checked them out on our channel, every week there's a new book. Stormwatch, the Road to the Authority Compendium, collecting Stormwatch 37 through 50, Stormwatch Preview number 1, and Stormwatch Volume 2, 1 through 11. $59.99, 680 pages. And we're also getting the Teen Titans Go on TV. So that's where they're going to end up going. But it's not the only cartoon related book, because we're also getting the Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries Volume 5. I do have like one of my viewers, him and his kid read this series, and I haven't read any of it because my girls are a little bit older now. Well, you're never too old for Scooby-Doo. What am I saying? From the world of Image Comics, we have the Death Vigil. This is the new edition, Volume 1. This is Stepan Sajic, and it is issues 1 through 8. And also Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. Man, what a title. From the world of Boom Studios, so no Dark... As a matter of fact, no Dark Horse for like the first couple of weeks. We are getting the Deep State Complete Collection trade paperback. And that is by Justin Jordan and Ariela Cristantina. And this is collecting Deep State 1 through 8, $19.99. And Garfield Full Course, and this is collecting Garfield 33 to 36. And it was originally collected in Garfield Volume 9, Garfield Homecoming 1 through 4. That's interesting that they would put that in. Okay, maybe it's just to make things easier for people that are collecting Garfield comics. From the world of IDW, Paul Smith's Uncanny X-Men Artist Edition. Yeah, my overview went up last year. I could say that's ridiculous. But Paul Smith, even though he had a short run on Uncanny X-Men, a lot of us regard him as one of the greatest X-Men artists. $150, 204 pages, and printed in the big artist board, like the size of the papers of the pages they were using. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan. So this is the secret history of the Foot Clan, and no, they had done one earlier with Shredder a couple of years back, but this is still set in the era before Jason Aaron took over the book. And there was an era before Jason Aaron took over the book and afterwards. From the world of manga, my goodness, manga is eating up this week. We've got 86 Operation High School from Yen Press. Blade Ambassador is also coming out from the folks at Yen Press that week. Agents of the Four Seasons Dance of Spring Volume 1 is coming out that week. That is being published by Yen Press as well. All or Nothing, and that is just a one-shot. It's not a Volume 1. Beware the Villainous Volume 1 is coming out that week. And there's a lot more, by the way. I'm just kind of putting some of them together. And this is a volume 1 from Easy Press. Some of the biggest hits. Black Clover, my gosh, volume 36. I remember when that started. It's crazy that we're at 36. And Blood Knight Market volume 1 is coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at Yen Press. And we're getting Brunhild, the Dragon Slayer. What an awesome title. And that is also being published by Yen Press. I like that title. Chainsaw Man continuing with a volume 17. No word yet of a second box set, but my kid and I are anticipating it. We really like Chainsaw Man. My brother hasn't read it yet, so he's just been watching the anime. Dark Gathering is coming out with a volume 11. Days with My Stepsister, volume 1 is coming out, and that is being published by Yen Press. And Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy, volume 7. That is a badass title. Cool cover. Yen Press also putting that out. Guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all, volume 1. We got an early copy of this. And my buddy TikTok Tina just laughed her butt off. She thought it was so funny. I'll Become a Villainess Who Goes Down in History, volume 1 is coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at Yen Press. And we're also getting Is the Order a Rabbit coming out that week. I like that title too. That's being published by Yen Press. And man, Yen Press is doing a lot in January, early January. Isekai Affair Volume 1 is coming out that week. Isekai, now it's on the titles. That's wow. Times they are changing. Lethal Dose of Love, and that is a straight up one shot. It's not a mini volume series. Love on the Horizon Volume 1 is coming out that week. And we're also getting the Ruri Dragon Volume 1, as well as the Wolf Girl Black Prince Volume 11, and Your Lie in April Omnibus Volume 2. And please put them on Takamine-san. That's being published by Yen Press. I had to do a double take. Okay, maybe them pants. There's a pants. All right, from other publishers, we have the 2000 AD Annual 2025. They do this every year, and this one is released in a hardcover format. We're also getting the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Volume 1 coming out that week, and that is being published by the folks at Sparrow Toy Enterprise. And Aristotle Graphic Biography coming out from Abrams Comics Art. And Black Lives, Great Minds of Science coming out that very same week, published by Abrams Fanfare. Capital and Ideology, graphic novel adaptations, is coming out that very same week from the folks at Abrams Comics Art. So that one's $22.99. Drafted is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by Abrams Comics Art as well. And this one is by Rick Parker, drawn and written by Rick Parker. And Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham, Take a Hike. That's awesome. I love that title. And we're also getting the Exposure Top Secret box set from Alpha Comics. And this is David Campiti, Bill Yu, Yinki Corando. I know nothing about this company nor the creators, but kind of reminds me of like the 90s Bad Girls that we used to get a lot of back in the 90s. Grand Slam Romance Volume 1 is coming out that week, and that is being published by the folks at Abrams Comics Art Shirley. And we're also getting the Growing Up Farley, a Chris Farley story. This is from Z2 Comics, and looks like it's co-written by his brother, Kevin Farley. So Kevin Farley, Frank Marafino, and Fred C. Stressing are the creators behind this. $29.99. I love Chris Farley. Man, talent gone way too soon. And Imagine Nation, Volume 1, Blood of Kings, is coming out that very same week. And we're also getting the Jimmy the Comic Art of James Swinnerton coming out in a hardcover. And that is being published by the folks at Fantagraphics. And Kingstone Bible hardcover volume 3 is coming out that week, as well as the Mac Moon and Pets from Andrews McNeil Publishing Company. Breaking the Chain, the Guard Dog story, and Guard Dog was a character in the Mutts comic strip, and now he's getting a collection, and it looks like it's done in this beautiful landscape format. Mythmaker's Remarkable Fellowship of C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, which I've talked about in the past, so it looks like that one there has been delayed until now. Nathan Hale's Hazardous Tales Bigger Badder Treatise is coming out that week, and that is being published by Abrams Fanfare. And we're also getting the Our Beautiful Darkness, and that is by Unruly Enchanted Lion. And this one is $16.95, and it's by Onjaki and Antonio Jorge Gongalves. We're also getting Pizza and Taco. This is a young adult graphic novel, coolest club ever. And then we're getting some PS art books. We're getting the PS art book Classic Sci-Fi Comics hardcover volume 8, The Space Detective, and we're getting that in a regular hardcover format, a slipcase edition, and then a softcover format, which is just crazy. That's like, I don't know how many print runs they do of that, but my gosh, they have put out a lot of different formats on the same day. From Oni Press, we're getting Rick and Morty Kingdom Balls coming out. Very mature. SpongeBob Bikini Bottom Buddies is coming out that same week. And that is being published by the folks over at Random House Books Young Readers. And Tara Togg's Silence of Unicorns is coming out that day. And that is being published by the folks at Shift Presents. And we're getting the Transdimensional graphic novel coming out that day. And that book is being published by the folks at TPUB. And Transmissions is also coming out that day, also published by the folks at TPUB. And Type O Negative, Bloody Kisses 30 is coming out that very same day. And that is being published by Z2 Comics. And, oh my gosh, the reprint of Winsor McKay's complete Little Nemo hardcover coming out from Taschen Books. So, if you're interested in any of these books and you live in Canada, check out our first sponsor. The week of January, BD Cosmos, the Canadian leader in graphic novels. They have a physical storefront in Montreal, Quebec, and their website, bdcosmos.com, offers 25% off your order of over $99 or more, and free shipping everywhere in Canada for every order of $200 or more.
Their shipping care is exceptional. Your books will stay cozy through the rough Canadian weather and arrive to you in near mint condition.
After checkout, let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and you'll be added to the monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are valid for new and returning customers.
Don't be afraid to call or email them. Ask them questions. Their staff is always happy to help guide you towards the right purchase. Visit their website, bdcosmos.com, for more. BD Cosmos, with rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Eh?
The week of January 14th or 15th from Marvel Comics, we are kicking it off with Blade Epic Collection Night Stalkers. Oh yes, baby, there's some stuff in here that I've been waiting to get collected. You do have the Tomb of Dracula 1 through 4. That is the reunion of Roy Thomas and, Mark Wolfman and Gene Colan. All 4 issues of that. Night Stalkers 1 through 6. Ghost Rider 31 and the material from Midnight Suns Unlimited number 1. 432 pages. $44.99. Marvel Masterworks continuing the Kazar stories collections with Kazar Volume 4. Collecting Kazar. What was the other way to do? Anyway, 10 through 20, X-Men 115 and 116, Rampaging Hulk 9, and Marvel Fanfare 56 to 59. If you have the Omnibus, this is the stuff that predates it. This is the 1974 series, I think is when it originally came out. Venom, Separation Anxiety, The King in Purple is coming out. And that is collecting issues 1 through 5 of Separation Anxiety. I love that cover by Paulo Siqueira. Of course, it's an homage to that Web of Spider-Man number 1. And this is written, it's one of those retro series. So it's David Michelani and Gerardo Sandoval working together. $17.99. X-Men Road to Onslaught Omnibus Volume 1 coming out with both covers, the Joe Mad cover and the Andy Kubert cover. Collecting X-Men Prime #1, so this is in the aftermath of Age of Apocalypse, where the X titles are coming back to their regular names. So you have Uncanny 322 to 328, Uncanny Annual 95, Adjectiveless X-Men 42 to 47, X-Men Annual 95, X-Men Unlimited 8 and 9, Sabretooth Special #1, Wolverine Gambit Victims 1 through 4, and the Starjammers 1 through 4, baby. I actually love that Starjammer series. That's the one by Ellis and Pacheco, and sets up some of the events that happen in Excalibur too. Not much, but some. And from the world of DC Comics, we have Blue Beetle Volume 2, Forever Blue. This is the Josh Trujillo series, collecting issues 7 through 12, $19.99, 136 pages. DC's finest, Supergirl getting some love, the Girl of Steel. And this is collecting, let's see, Action Comics 252 to 288. Of course, just material from that. Adventure Comics 278, Superman 139 and 140 and 144. Superboy 80, Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane 14 and 20. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 40, 46, 51, and 57. This book has 624 pages. And again, $39.99. Man. Kneel Before Sod, Joe Casey and Dan McDade. Collecting Action Comics 1060 and Kneel Before Sod 1 through 8. And Swamp Thing by Mark Miller and Phil Hester Omnibus. Swamp Thing, man. Swampy's had a lot of love recently in Omnibus format. This is the stuff that is after the Nancy Collins run, of course, after the Alan Moore era. So this is collecting Swamp Thing 140 to 171. And it does have a new introduction by Phil Hester and a new afterword by Mark Miller. 896 pages, $125. From the world of Image Comics, we're getting G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. Continuing the stories of Larry Hama, as if he had never stopped writing G.I. Joe, from Marvel to Image to IDW, and now Image. Skybound. Collecting issues 306 to 310. $14.99. By the way, these do have variant covers. A lot of Skybound trade paperbacks are getting variant covers. And Spawn, Sam and Twitch Origins Deluxe Edition Book 2 coming out. This is a continuation of Brian Michael Bendis' era of this of these two characters from the world of Spawn. Alex Malev, Ashley Wood, and Clayton Crane are some of the big names on here. Collecting issues 14 through 26, $29.99. My buddy Peter said it, man. Spawn in collected edition is insanity right now. Everything is coming out, and I'm loving it. Witchblade Volume 1 is coming out as well. And that is the new series by Marjorie Bennett and Giuseppe Cafaro. And of course, a lot of the covers are supplied by none other than Mark Silvestri. Collecting issues 1 through 6, plus the half issue, the origin story from 2021, $9.99. I love that introductory price for those first volumes. From the world of Boom Studios, we're getting Briar Volume 2, and this is by Christopher Cantwell. I've heard a lot of good things about this. I'm hoping they'll do a big hardcover of this. And Alex Linz, collecting issues 5 through 8. From the world of IDW, we are getting Dream Over by Danny Diaz. And this is an original graphic novel, 312 pages, $19.99. And from Titan Comics, we're getting the Gun Honey Collision Course. And Gun Honey Collision Course will have 3 different covers. So you have the direct market cover by Adam Hughes. So that's your first direct market cover. Of course, you saw the standard edition cover earlier. And then your Derek Chu direct market cover. And I've only read one thing of Gun Honey, and it's an interesting title. I dig it. I still like Miss Tree more, though. But anyway, they're two different beasts. Okay. Manga, April Showers Bring Mayflowers. Oh, that's such a pretty title. Or at least a pretty name. And that is by Yen Press. And Beyblade Volume 1 is coming out. And it's Beyblade X. Forgive me. That is being published by Viz. I didn't know Beyblade was still a thing, but hey, good on them. Festival of Heresies is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks at Yenon. And we're also getting the Firefly Wedding, and not to be confused with the show Firefly. That is by Viz Media. I wish we'd get a Firefly manga, or maybe there has been. Glasses with a Dance of Delinquent, Volume 1 is coming out. Man, these titles are so cool. I may not end up reading most of them, but that is a cool title. And then we're getting Mono, Volume 1 coming out from the folks at Yen Press. And we're also getting Death Ability Overpowered No One Stand Chance. And that is being published by the folks at JNC J Novel Club. Dracula's on Night Shift is coming out that week, and that is being published by the folks at Yen Press. This one is $30, and it is by Satoshi Wakahara and Tsukumo Asakusa. And it is a one-shot. It doesn't look like it's a volume 1. Oh, man. Drawn and Quarterly is actually publishing Legend of Kamui. Oh, I had no idea this was coming out. Okay, this is by Shirato Sanpei. And this is one, this will probably make it in my top 10. So, yeah. Okay, there was a movie based on this. Yeah, there was and there might have been more than an OVA, but at least in America, there was just one movie that they made, and it was an animated movie. We're also getting the Praise Me When I'm a Good Boy, Volume 1 coming out that week, and that is being published by Yen Press. And Robotics Notes, Volume 1 is coming out that week, so it is a restock in case you missed it, and Volume 2, so back-to-back from the folks at Udon Entertainment. Scars, Volume 1 is coming out from Abrams Kana, so even Abrams Books is getting some manga out there. The Semantic Error is coming out that week from Easy Press. And She Likes Gays But Not Me, Volume 3, also coming out from the folks at Yen Press. And Solo Leveling, man, I'm loving that series. It's so badass. Oh, it's so badass. Volume 10, I love the fact that it's in color. And it is a manhwa, I realize. Spy Family, Volume 13 is coming out that very same week. I really thought we were further ahead with Spy Family. That's crazy that we're only on Volume 13. Just because there's a series, and then when we were in Japan, this past summer, oh my gosh, or I guess last year, there was so much merchandise for Spy Family. Teen Exorcist Volume 1 is coming out by Mitsuru Yuki and Shikiji Sorakura, published by Yen Press. And War of Greedy Witches Volume 1 is coming out that same week. And that is being published by the folks at Yen Press and Witch Hat Atelier, which is one of my most wanted the box set I'm looking forward to in 2025. Now, from other publishers, we are getting Afterburn Volume 2. And that is being published by the folks at Red 5 Comics. We're getting the All Princess Die Before Dawn story. And that is being published by the folks at Abrams Comic Arts. Bat Kitty Party Animal is coming out that same week. And that is being published by the folks over at Roaring Brooks Press. They did the one of my favorite reads this year. The The Girl That Sang. I love that book. Billy 99 finally coming out. So it looks like it's been delayed a little bit from November, but now it is coming out from the folks over at Clover Press. And this is early work by Tim Sell and Sarah BM writing the story, but Jose Villarrubia actually doing the coloring. So this was a Kickstarter, and now it's going to be available everywhere that day. Chicken Pox is coming out in a hardcover and in a softcover format. So a lot of publishers do this, especially if it's like a young adult publisher. This is by Henry Holt. And Crow Dead Time Volume 1 is coming out that same week, and that is being published by Sumerian Comics. We're getting the Daisy Goes to the Moon, and that is being published by the folks over at Fantagraphics, and this is by Matthew Klickstein and Rick Geary. That might make it in my top 10 or 11. What do I do? 11 because I've already talked about Vagabond, which comes out later on. Anyway, Dante's Inferno. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. Dante's Inferno is coming out that week from Abrams Comics Art. Florence and Normandy is coming out in a hardcover. This is published by Zombie Love Studios. This is by Rodney Barnes. And, Rodney Barnes is co-writing it with the Exhibit. All right. Jonathan Wayshak is the artist, and now it is available in a hardcover format. And it is an alternate take on the 1992 LA riots. That's interesting. Also coming out is Gabby Torres gets a billion followers coming out. That billion followers, my gosh. Roaring Brooks Press is publishing that book. Ghetto Clown, and that is Clown with a K, is coming out that week from Abrams Comic Arts, not Comic Crafts. This is John Leguizamo. It's written by John Leguizamo with an introduction by Lin-Manuel Miranda. $19.99. I want to say there was a hardcover of that already available. Grand Electric Thought Power Mother hardcover is coming out that week, published by Floating World Comics. And we're also getting Guardians of Horsa, the graphic novel collection, and that is by Little Simon. And that is by Rowan Black and Glass House Graphics. Welcome to the realm of Horsa. So the book has fantasy all over it. Hedrick, Night of the Mummers, collected edition hardcover. And this is from Scratch Comics, or you can pick it up in a trade paperback edition with the same cover. Jade Warriors is coming out with 2 different covers. And that is being published by the folks over at Alpha Comics. Again, Alpha Comics, I've not heard of this. That looks like a Mike Deodato. One of them is a Mike Deodato cover. And, the other one is a photo cover. Joe Galaxy is coming out in a trade paperback format. And Kaiju Max, the complete collection, is coming out in a volume 1. And this one is $39.99. Xander Cannon. Man, that's a lot of fun if you've not had a chance to read that book. Madame Choi and the Monsters is coming out that week from the folks at Self-Made Hero by Patrick Spat and Cherie Domingo. $22.99. And also that week is Mammoth, coming out in a trade paperback format from the folks at Mad Cave Studios. And we're getting the Panharmonian Chronicles Volume 1, Times of London, coming out that week. Published by the folks at Shift Presents. And Paz Hazels Has Her Hands Full, coming out that very same week. As well as the Psycho War Stories coming out in a hardcover from Book Palace. And this is written by various creators, with Jorge Moli Terdi doing some of the artwork in here. $37.99. And Rogue State Volume 1 is coming out that very same week, published by Black Masks Studios Entertainment. As well as Silence, coming out in a trade paperback format from Abrams Kana. And then we're also getting the Simon Beasley's The Dead Raw edition coming out from Berserker. My love for you is... Anyway, so there are 2 versions of this. There's a Raw edition that has 200 copies worldwide. And it looks like they're going to have a regular edition that is more than 200 copies. But that is a trade paperback. I think the 200... limited to 200 is the hardcover, just from what I'm looking at, both with the same cover. And The Sickness Volume 1 is coming out that week from Uncivilized Books. That looks wicked. Jenna Cha and Lonnie Landler, and Jenna Cha doing the art as well. That looks wicked. And we're also getting the Tiny original graphic novel coming out that week from Silverline. And that is by Roland Mann and Diona Harold. Looks like a Disney princess. Wonder what that's... Ultra Heaven is coming out with a trade paperback, Volume 1 from Last Gasp Studios. And we're also getting the Willie Nelson graphic novel coming out that very same week. And that is being published by NBM. And also getting a Fox in My Brain graphic novel. That's being published by Fair Square Graphics. $19.99 from Lou Lubier. And if you're interested in any of the books I talked about so far and you live in the EU, check out our next sponsor.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltzcomicshop.com, and you can use the code near mint condition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
The week of January 21st or 22nd from Marvel Comics, we are kicking it off with the Alien Black, White, and Blood Treasury Edition. These things are so awesome because this is an anthology series. Each of these comics are collected in here, and there's a total of 4. Will be presented in this big, beautiful, oversized format, and it will be done by different creators like Colin Kelly and Ryan Stegman, just to name a few, and just showcasing the different eras of Aliens, which if you're a fan of the movies, strongly suggest checking books out like this. They've done them for Wolverine, Deadpool, Elektra, Darth Vader. I think there's a Darth Maul one that comes out later this year, but absolutely. Daredevil by Bendis and Malev, Omnibus Volume 2. This is the new printing with Daredevil 61 through 81. What if blank had lived? I'm not going to spoil that one. Maybe in my overview I'll have to. And then Ultimate Marvel Team Up 6 through 8, which I always found interesting because I wish they would have remapped that one. I think it would have benefited from putting like End of Days in there, since that was both Malev and Bendis. But anyway, it's coming back to print in case you missed it. So this will be the 3rd printing. Doctor Doom, Books of Doom, in case you missed this one. This one was long gone out of print. It is part of the Omnibus, but this collects Books of Doom 1 through 6, telling the origin of Doctor Doom through the eyes of Ed Brubaker and Paolo Raimondi doing the artwork, and it is stupendous. Iron Man Epic Collection Stark Wars is coming out with a new printing, collecting issues 215 to 232 and annual number 9 of Iron Man. And Marvel Masterworks Doctor Strange number 11, or volume 11, with that awesome cover by Mike Mignola. This is the Peter B. Gillis era, and Chris Warner, and then J.M. DeMatteis and Dan Green. $75, collecting issues 74 to 81, Marvel Graphic Novel 23. Material from Strange Tales 1 through 3 and Marvel Fanfare 8 and 31. And 344 pages, $75. Savage Avengers by Jerry Duggan, Volume 2, wrapping up that era of Savage Avengers, 13 through 28. And Empire Savage Avengers number 1. And who's on that cover? Wielding that sword? How? Magic. No, not magic. Of course, I'm talking about Conan. Look at that. Sumerian back, baby. Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider Volume 1. Haunted is coming out that week. Collecting Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider 1 through 5. That is the 2024 series. Stephanie Phillips, Federica Mancini, and Paolo Villanelli. And that cover there is by Mark Brooks. And from the world of DC Comics, we're getting DC's finest Green Arrow, the Lone Bow Hunters. Oh man, you are in for a treat if you've never read that. And that is collecting Detective Comics Annual 1, Green Arrow 1 through 8, Green Arrow Annual 1, The Question 17 and 18, The Question Annual 1, Green Arrow Long Bow Hunters 1 through 3. Mike Grell just knocking it out of the park with that book. Green Lantern War Journal Volume 2, The Builder, 144 pages, $19.99, collecting Green Lantern War Journal 7 through 12, and the epilogue from Green Lantern 15. And from the world of Image Comics, we are getting Astro City Metro book, Volume 6. Kurt Busiek and Brant Anderson continuing the series and collecting Astro City Volume 3, 35 through 52. And we are also getting the Criminal Volume 1 Coward trade paperback. Now, this is a new edition, and it does come with a new cover. And we're also getting Criminal Volume 2 Lawless in a new edition and with a new cover. Oh, man. I said Dark Horse was not printing anything those first couple weeks, and now they're coming swinging the 3rd week. All right. So we are kicking it off with, I'm so sorry, I'm going to butcher this man's name, Andrzej Sapkowski. Yep, I don't even know why I tried. The Witcher. It's the gentleman that wrote The Witcher. The Edge of the World is coming out that week. It is the third in a series of graphic novel adaptations from the novels. $17.99, and it is a hardcover in 56 pages. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Solek's Journey by Ray Fox and Gabriel Guzman, collecting Solek's Journey 1 through 6, $19.99, 136 pages. It is a trade paperback. EC Archives is wrapping up the Tales from the Crypt in paperback format. And this is the one that actually has a forward by Bruce Campbell. And this is $19.99, 216 pages. Fortune and Glory, the musical. This is by Brian Michael Bendis. And there was one that he did, Fortune and Glory, that was released, I think, a couple of years ago. But this is the musical version of that. And Bill Walko and Wes Ziboba are the artists behind that. Joy Operations, Volume 2. I actually enjoyed the first volume. I thought it was pretty solid. This is collecting Joy Operations Series 2, 1 through 4, Brian Michael Bendis and Stephen Brain. And The All-Nighter, Volume 3 by Chip Zdarsky and Jason Liu. Collecting The All-Nighter 11 through 15, 120 pages, $22.99. William of Newbury, and that is by Michael Avon Oeming, and I love that cover. Collects the comic book series William of Newbury 1 through 4. And Michael Avon Oeming, he's also working on the Blue Book, too. Masters of the Universe Revolution, Tim Sheridan, Rob David, Teddy Biaselli, and those are just some of the creators, and this is the 4-issue miniseries. And they're written, those are the producers of the show. The Butcher's Boy is coming out that week, collecting The Butcher's Boy 1 through 4 by Landry Walker. And this is 136 pages, $19.99. Usagi Yojimbo, Volume 40, The Crow, is coming out that week. But I do believe one of them is a limited edition, but both have the same cover. And that is, of course, by Stan Sakai, continuing that series. And there's a paperback edition. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures Phase 3, Volume 2. Seems like everybody's wrapping up the High Republic Phase 3. Marvel was wrapping it up with their trades, and now Dark Horse is wrapping it up with collecting issues 6 through 10 of the High Republic Adventures Phase 3. 120 pages, $19.99. Bowling with Corpses and Other Strange Tales from Lands Unknown. You look at that cover, you immediately know that is Mike Mignola. This is a hardcover, 112 pages, and $24.99. The Complete Elf Quest Volume 8 Future Quest is being collected. So this has Jinx 1 through 12, Rebels 1 through 12, and Stargazer's Hunt. $29.99, 812 pages. Oh my gosh. That is a huge book for $29.99. Okay, wow. Blow Away from Boom Studios is coming out that week. And that is by Zach Thompson and Nicola Izzo, collecting Blow Away 1 through 5, $19.99. Now, I do put timestamps in the description of the video where you can just jump around and curious about a particular week or a particular publisher. I always forget to mention that at the beginning. Best of My Little Pony, Volume 3, Rainbow Dash, is coming out that week. Collecting My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, 87 and 88, My Little Pony Friends Forever, 6 and 36. And those books just... memories, man. I loved when my little girls were into My Little Pony. Thundercats Volume 2 from Dynamite is coming out that week. And this is the... Volume 2 is called Roar, but it is the direct market exclusive variant cover. From Titan Comics, we're getting Girl Rebels from Greta Thunberg to Malala, 5 inspirational tales of courage. And we're also getting the Savage Sword of Conan, Volume 1, both covers. Now, this is their Savage Sword of Conan books that they're putting out, the new Savage Sword of Conan, and they're still done in a magazine size format. I don't know if the collection will be or not, but there's a direct market cover to that. The Art and Making of Ultraman Rising. I didn't know they were going to make that art book. That's cool. And from the world of manga, we've got After God Volume 2 coming out that very same week. and that's being published by the folks at Viz Media. We're getting Color of the End, Missions in the Apocalypse, Volume 1 coming out that week, and that is being published by the folks at Yen Press. Love that cover. The Drag Q is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks over at Kodansha Comics. And we're also getting the Dogs and Punching Bags. Vertical Comics puts out a few manga every year, and they always seem to be really picky about what they put out. But this is by Kaori Ozaki, and this is oh wait, I think I remember that name. Anyway, but this is her new series. Even If There's No Rainbow Tomorrow is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks at Kuma. We're getting Everyone's Darling Has a Secret, Volume 1, also being published by the folks at Yen Press. Hell's Dark with No Flowers. Wow. That is a deep title, and that is being published by the folks at Yen Press, and that is a Volume 1. And I'm Here Beside You, Volume 1 is coming out that same week, and that's published by Yen Press. Yen Press is just coming out with books left and right. I picked up this World Strategy Guide. Oh, if only it was that easy. And also the Manga Classics Sherlock Holmes Volume 1, A Study in Scarlet, is coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks at Manga Classics. And Record of Ragnarok Volume 13 is coming out that week. You know, I've yet to read this series. I'm okay. So making sure that dude, he's good. I don't have to put a near mint condition sticker on him. That is being published by Viz Media. And Red River 3-in-1 is coming out with a Volume 2 that week. Love that they're coming out with those. Revenge of My Youth Volume 1 is coming out that week. And Relife with Angelic Girl from One Piece Books. And we're getting the Takahashi from the Bike Shop Volume 1 coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks at Yen Press. We're also getting the Tokyo Alien Bros Volume 1 coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks over at Viz Media. And Vagabond, the Definitive Edition Volume 1 is coming out that week. And if you watch all my videos, you know I'm super excited for that one. And that will make it in my top 11. And I'll be talking about that on Sunday. So make sure you come back. From other publishers, we're getting Alley Oop, The Man from 2166 coming out that week. We're also getting Alley Oop, The Zan of Zoran coming out that week. And these are all landscape books. And we're getting the Alley Oop meets Julius Caesar coming out that week. And this is all published by Manuscript Press. And Alley Oop versus the Nightlings coming out. And all of those are trade paperback formats. Atlas Artist Edition Volume 2, Al Williamson is coming out. And that is being published by the folks at Fantagraphics. And we're getting the Backtrack Deluxe Edition coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at Oni Press. And that is by Brian Joines and Jake Elphick. And collecting Backtrack 1 through 10, $39.99. Battle Action Force Treasury Edition. I'm going to tell you that those books are completely stunning. The folks at Rebellion 2000 AD and these folks sent me advanced copies of them, and I've been reading them. Man, I've been trying to catch up on reading, but some of these books, not these, but other books from, I think it was a Star Wars book. It just took me a long time to read. These books are absolutely gorgeous. I want to do an overview of them and do them justice and have that team over just to see about, because this is stuff we never got here. I mean, we got G.I. Joe here. We didn't get these kind of stories. So I'm curious, like all 3 volumes, by the way, are going to be released on the same day. Beetle Hands Volume 2 is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks at Seven Seas Entertainment. And that is by Hermunist. They do more manga. I don't think that's a manga though. And then we're also getting Behind the Horror and Death Nosferatu coming out that very same week, published by Invader Comics. Big Ideas That Changed the World, It's About Time, is coming out that same week. And that is being published by the folks over at Abrams Fanfare. Crashdown Volume 1 is coming out that very same week. This is being published by the folks at Massive. And what they're doing is they're also going to have a first print limited edition. And the normal trade paperback is $16.99. The limited edition one is $18.99. Edifice is coming out, and that is a trade paperback. And that is being published by the folks at Self-Made Hero. And we're also getting the History of Comics Ellis Island, both coming out in a graphic novel format and a hardcover format. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Dame, I guess, depending on where you live, is coming out in a hardcover format or a trade paperback format published by the folks at Magnetic Press. And Miss Cat Gnome's Nightmare is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks over at Thames and Hudson. We're also getting the Mixed Up coming out in a trade paperback and a hardcover by First Second Books. And Mr. Muffins is coming out that week in a trade paperback format, and that is being published by the folks at Oni Press by Ben Kahn and Giorgio Brooks. $14.99. And Offspring, Come Out and Play hardcover volume 1 is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by Sumerian Comics. We're getting Pantomime, and that is coming out in a trade paperback format, published by the folks at Maverick Mad Cave. And Song of Blackbird is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks over at First Second Books. This one is by Maria Van Leeshoot, and $25.99. And Trillion Game Volume 3 is coming out that very same week. And to wrap up that week, we're getting Are You Afraid of the Dark Volume 2, Sinister Sisters, coming out from Abrams Fanfare. The week of the 28th or 29th for Marvel Comics, we are kicking it off with Helverine Resurrection by Benjamin Percy and Julius Ota, collecting Helverine 1 through 4. And that character has been around, however, this might be a different incarnation of Helverine. Marvel 2-in-1 Epic Collection Remembrance of Things Past, collecting Marvel 2-in-1 37 to 52, and Marvel 2-in-1 Annual 2 through 4 Avengers Annual number 7. $44.99, 440 pages. Marvel The End Omnibus is coming out with Incredible Hulk The End, Marvel Universe The End 1 through 6, Wolverine The End 1 through 6, X-Men The End Book 1, Book 2, and Book 3, 18-issue series there. Fantastic Four The End 1 through 6, Iron Man The End, Captain America The End. I don't know. Do I have to keep saying The End? You get the idea. Captain Marvel The End, Deadpool. I'm still doing it. Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Miles Morales, and Venom The End. The only thing missing is the Punisher The End. And that's probably to keep the rating down. I don't know. I'm just assuming. That is collected in Max Omnibus Volume 2. Spider-Man by Joe Kelly Omnibus. I remember when people were like, why is this coming out? Well, now you all know. Joe Kelly is going to be the ongoing writer on Spider-Man. Collecting Spider-Man 575, 576, 595 to 599, 606 to 607, 611, 617, 625, Nonstop Spider-Man 1 through 5, Savage Spider-Man 1 through 5, which is the follow-up series to Nonstop Spider-Man. Marvel Fanfare 2 to 3, Web Spinners, Tales of Spider-Man 7 through 9, plus material from Amazing Spider-Man Extra 1 and 3, Amazing Spider-Man 577, 600, 612, 634 to 637, 647, and Spider-Man Grim Hunt, The Kraven Saga. 880 pages, $100. Star Wars Jango Fett, Trail of Lost Hope. 112 pages, $15.99, collecting the Jango Fett miniseries 1 through 4. Star Wars Revelations, the 2023 story. And Uncanny Omar talk pretty one day. X Factor Epic Collection, Wreaking Havoc. And this is collecting X Factor 112 to 126, Sabretooth and Mystique 1 through 4. Oh, love that that's in here. And Marvel Fanfare 6 material from X-Men Prime number 1, John Francis Moore and Jeff Matsuda. Also the Howard Mackie era of this, and Steve Epting, of course. X-Men Reign of X, Jonathan Hickman, even though this is the dawn of X era. Collecting X-Men 10 through 12, 16 through 21, Giant Size X-Men Magneto, Giant Size X-Men Phantom X, and Giant Size X-Men Storm. It is missing the Sword of X storyline, or X of Swords. That can be found in the X of Swords trade paperback, in case you're wanting the whole shebang. And from the world of DC Comics, Absolute Mr. Miracle by Tom King and Mitch Gerads, collecting the 12-issue series, 440 pages, and $125. And also from DC, the DC Power 2024, collecting all stories from DC Power 2024 by Greg Burnham, Jared Williams, Darren Bennett, Serge Acuna, and Jagnoy Lindsay. Static Shadows of Dakota is coming out, collecting Static Season 2, 1 through 6. From the world of Image Comics, we're getting the Department of Truth, Volume 5, continuing James Tynion and Allison Sampson's, or Martin Simmons' series, and collecting issues 23 to 27. We are also getting the Power Fantasy Volume 1, and it does come with 2 covers. This is by Kieran Gillen and Kaspar Vingard, collecting Power Fantasy 1 through 5, $9.99 for both covers. And from the world of Dark Horse Comics, we're getting the Critical Role Tales of Exandria. There's also a deluxe edition that they do. It's very limited. This is by Sam Maggs and Aviv Orr, Matthew Mercer, and Chris Peter. The paperback is $19.99, 120 pages, and collecting Tales of Exandria 1 through 4. We're getting the EC Archives Crime Suspense Stories, Volume 3. And this is collecting issues 13 through 18 of that Crime and Suspense stories. More EC good. Man, they're pumping out the EC archives in paperback format, and I'm loving it. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures Phase 3 Saber for Hire is coming out. 112 pages, $19.99. Into the Unbeing. Wow, that looks creepy. Oh, Hayden Sherman, the new artist on Wonder Woman. Love this stuff. Have loved his stuff for a long time. And Zach Thompson. And it looks like this is an original graphic novel. And at Volume 1, $19.99, 120 pages. The Magic Order is the next Mark Millar series to get the library edition treatment. So this is collecting series 1 and 2 for mature audiences. Resident Alien Volume 8, The Book of Life by Peter Hogan and Stephen Parkhouse, collecting The Book of Life 1 through 4. And from the world of Dynamite, we got Darkwing Duck, Negaduck Volume 2. And this is the Ancient Order Villainy. There's 2 covers available. There's a hardcover and a trade paperback coming out that same day. The Disney Villains Cruella de Vil is coming out again in a hardcover and a softcover edition. My wife really enjoyed that series. Gargoyles hardcover Volume 2 here in Manhattan, or Gargoyles trade paperback Volume 2 here in Manhattan. There's a James Bond 007 Your Cold, Cold Heart. There is a signed edition of the hardcover also coming out that day. Man, there's like multiple editions of the books coming out that same week. And Kong Great War trade paperback is coming out, as well as Red Sonja, The Master's Return. From the world of Titan Comics, we are getting the High on Life coming out that very same week. Now, from the world of manga, we are getting Here You Are, hardcover Volume 2 by Aloha Comics. We're also getting Home Sweet Home Volume 1 from Seven Seas Entertainment. We are getting the Honeko Akabane's Bodyguards Volume 1. And that is coming out from the world of Kodansha Comics, or the publishing of Kodansha Comics. Little Mega Man from Udon Studio. You have no idea how excited my daughters are for Little Mega Man. It's not the only Mega Man title that's coming out. When I saw at San Diego Comic Con they were going to release Mega Man comics, I was like, awesome. And the Jada toys are coming out. We're all three collecting the Jada toys of Mega Man and the Robot Masters. And now we're getting the comics or the manga adapted into English. My girls went to Japan 2 years ago and bought up the manga that they could. They can't read Japanese. They got Google Translate on their phone, but it's cute. So we're also getting Mr. Mega Man coming in. Mr. Mega Man looks legit awesome too. Like little Mega Man looks cute and adorable. Mr. Mega Man looks like a completely different type of story. And I'm all here for that. But yeah, both of my kids, or Lydia has Mr. Mega Man. Otaku Elf is coming out with a volume 8 that very same week. And that is being published by the folks over at Seven Seas Entertainment. We're getting Recycled Brain, volume 1 coming out that very same week. As well as Welcome to Ghost Mansion coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at Titan Comics. Or Titan Manga, I guess. Not Titan Comics. Elf Sisters Can't Wait for the Night is also coming out from Ghost Ship Entertainment. As well as the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 Stone Ocean hardcover volume 8 is coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks over at Viz. And we also have from Tokyo Pop, Watch Dogs Tokyo coming out that very same week. And to wrap up the manga for that week, we're getting the Curse Princess Club coming out in a hardcover or a trade paperback. Your choice. From other publishers like PS Art Books, we have the PS Art Softie version of The Adventures into the Unknown Volume 24 coming out that very same week. And we're also getting Adventures of Munich and Marcel Duchamp coming out that week. And that is being published by Uncivilized Books. We're getting Beowulf, the trade paperback edition, coming out from the folks at Comicsburg. And we're getting the Big Bang comics coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks over at Cosmic Lion Productions. Drive is coming out in a trade paperback edition. And that is being published by the folks over at Algonquin Young Readers. And we're also getting Doctor Who from Panini Comics. This is the Monstrous Beauty, and that is a trade paperback. The Essential Rogue Trooper, the Trader General, is coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks over at Rebellion 2000 AD. Gary Finley Day and Gordon Rennie and Colin Wilson. And that one is $28.99. We're getting Flash Gordon Trade Paperback Volume 1, Escape from Planet Earth. And this is one that I've been wanting to read for a while now. This is the Jeremy Adams and Will Conrad series. And it is being published by the folks over at Mad Cave Studios, $17.99. And we're getting a lot of Golden Age classics here. We're getting Golden Age Classics Captain Triumph. This is a hardcover, Volume 1. We're getting the Golden Age Classics Doll Man. This is a softie, so it's a soft cover, Volume 4. The Golden Age Classics The Spirit, hardcover, Volume 3. It's coming out in a hardcover and also a slipcase edition and a softie. And then the Golden Age Thrilling Comics Princess Panther, coming out in a hardcover and a slipcase edition. And we're getting the Grammaton Punch from Ablaze Studios coming out that week. Greetings from the Maglev Volume 2 is coming out that week, published by Invader Comics, $16.99 by Adam Cahoon and Mark Espinosa. Heaven's Official's Blessing hardcover Volume 1 is coming out that week from Aloha Comics, and that is $22.99. Innkeeper Chronicles Clean Sweep Volume 1 is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks at Andrews McNeil. We're getting the Judge Dredd A Better World trade paperback coming out that week, and that is being published by the folks at Rebellion 2000 AD, Rob Williams and Arthur Wyatt. And we're also getting the Pedestrian trade paperback Volume 1 coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks over at Magma Comics by Joey Esposito and Sean Von Gorman. And we're getting the Phantom Complete Dailies hardcover volume 33. 1988 to 1989, knock on wood, this comes out this time around. The Pre-Code Classics Baffling Mystery Softie in a volume 2. And the Pre-Code Classics Dark Mystery Softie volume 2 is coming out. PS Art Books America's Greatest Comics Softie volume 3. And the PS Art Books Bullet Man Softie volume 4. And we're getting Red Flower volume 1 coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at Fair Square Graphics, The Young Rooster and the Sun. We're getting This Beautiful Ridiculous City coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks over at 10 Speed Press. And that is a hardcover. This Magazine is Haunted, Facsimile Slipcase. Hardcover volume 3 is coming out from PS Art Books. Abrams Comics Arts, Shirley, is releasing the West Hollywood Monster Squad coming out that very same week. And CEX Publishing is releasing Fox and Willow, Volume 2, To the Sea by Allison Pang and Irma Ahmed. And to wrap up the week and the month of January, we have Toxic Tropics Horror Story of Environmental Injustice from the folks at Street Noise Books. Now, if you're interested in any of the books I've talked about, check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And those were the books that are coming out in January of 2025. Come back on Sunday if you want to see my top 11 books, essential reading, or books that people should check out. And also, if you want the written documentation, again, that is in our Patreon. And I always leave timestamps in the description of the video so you can jump around different weeks or different publishers. Any questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to smash that like button. Welcome to 2025. I will be doing this monthly again. Big thank you to all of you that keep watching the videos, keep sharing our videos, and would not be here without you all. That's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.